Hello, this is Chris Brett from Eurogamer, joined by Johnny and John from Frontier Development. I got those right. I'm really happy about that. And yeah, we're going to talk about Planet Coaster, which you guys are about to do a talk upstairs in 10 minutes. Yeah. So we'll make it pretty quick. What are you announcing in the talk upstairs? What is the kind of news you've got?
We're going to be talking a lot about the kind of history of where we came to here. Mm-hmm. It's called 10 years in the making.
Yeah. Why are we making Planet Coaster?
Yeah.
Why is it a genesis of 12, 14 years?
Is it because you really like roller coaster games?
I do.
Absolutely. And I also I actually like people watching. I like seeing what people do when you do things to people and build things for people. So there's everything in that game.
Yeah. But I'm right in thinking at the end of the talk you were revealing a new content patch that's coming, right?
Yeah, so we're going to be Alpha 2, which is the 24th of
there you go, that's the announcement.
April?
Yeah.
Is it April?
No,
May.
Oh, 24th of May. Okay,
24th of May.
And what's coming with that?
So we're going to have landscape deformation, so you're going to be able to sculpt these beautiful landscapes, and we're going to have more polish on the coaster building, and obviously there's going to be lots of incremental improvements as well.
So the kind of things you're seeing in the present alpha, we've got some really beautiful landscapes in the alpha. Those tools that we use to create those are going to be available to you to build your own things. It's going to be amazing.
So you guys both have quite a history with the roller coaster genre, the theme genre.
Yes.
But this is the first time you have done it in such an open way, like the development itself, going through the alpha program.
Yeah, it's the first time we're doing this self-published. It's our own game.
Sure.
And one of the things I really like about the alpha process is that before you'd have one external producer.
Sure.
Now we have thousands of them.
Right.
It's our fans, they are our conscience, they are sort of driving us.
Okay.
And more importantly, they're sort of verifying what we believe is the correct things to do.
Yeah. I mean, there have always been questions as to when we've been developing things, and certainly all this stuff to do with the modular building. We've been saying, should we allow intersections here? Should we allow people to do that? Mm-hmm. And really, we're giving people a lot of free rein to really see what they're going to come up with.
Are they changing the game, or as being part of that process?
I think
it's reaffirming is the word that you use.
There's a lot of
so it's like the thing that we did was good, people like it, we can now move on to the next bit.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we do two things. We look at it and it's very gratifying that they are liking it, but we are looking at the little nuances that they're not enjoying, and that's what we are polishing.
Are there any examples of that, like things that you've that you just kind of wanted to...
I've got a good example of, so one of the things that the fans are doing, what the players are doing with Alpha, is to get the vision that's in their mind. They're intersecting a lot of things, and that's lovely to see. But what we can do is we can look at that and say, well, what pieces are they trying to use? Right. And then we can make those pieces for upcoming alpha.
Sure.
So we can start to,
we're giving them more.
Yeah, we're going to give them more that will allow them to build some of these stuff more smoothly.
How long does this process take, do you think? How long until Planet Coaster is out of alpha testing? Testing's a weird word to use, but yeah. Like when do you think it's going to be in a shape where you're like, right, that's the game, we're done. Thanks for being
we're
part
going
of that.
to be launching the game at the end of the year to be announced. I think that process is going to be ongoing all the way through. Obviously, the changes are going to get smaller and smaller because we have to manage risk, but we have to keep listening.
Yeah.
We have to keep listening.
We really are kind of rounding out a lot of the. If you take the modular building that was released with this, and like placement of fat rights, we're rounding out some of those kind of circles. We're understanding what's going on there. There's some circles more open than others. So I think it'll always be building. Certainly the real deep stuff like simulation, that would be much later.
Okay, and when you get to that stage, you get to that point where the game is done, what do you want Planet Coaster to look like? Is it the spiritual successor to RollerCoaster Tycoon 3? Is the one that fans want? Is it?
I want it to be the best roller coaster game ever.
Sure.
And that's a really bold statement.
Yeah.
We've got.
RollerCoaster Tycoon was 11 years ago, right?
Yeah.
I think games have changed a bit in 11 years. I
imagine we've learned tons since then. We've made many games, and all the little things that we learned from all the games that we make, we're trying to put them back into this. So we're just trying to plus, the roller coaster games that we've made in the past.
And equally, equally to jump in there, we've also got, games have changed, and so the people that have made it. Right. And we've got a whole load of knowledge, a whole load of experience, a whole load of things we wanted to do with the game. And we've got kind of new blood into the team, which obviously bring those things with them.
Yeah, it's a perfect blend, isn't it? Somebody called me a veteran, and then
I just said rich history, to be fair, whilst describing it.
But it is. We've got some of the the new people who just come from university. They have their own ideas. They challenge the old ideas, and the old ideas challenge the new ideas. It's a perfect blend.
So you put the game next to RollerCoaster Tycoon 3. once it's done? Like, what do you think people are going to look at this and say, this is what makes Planet Coaster different? Obviously, it's going to look better.
Yeah,
it's been 11 years. There
are two main things. We want the creativity to be superior, and I want the simulation to be deeper.
Okay, because the technology's there to allow you to do it.
The technology's there, the learning's there as well.
Sure, right.
And
and team-wise, we've got people who can deliver the idea of like the results of a simulation in a far more entertaining fashion. Just because we call something entertaining doesn't mean that it's not deep.
Okay.
I think that's why Planet Coaster again is going to have so much soul to it. It's going to have a real life to it.
Okay.
And that's what we're really we are. I know it sounds everyone's going to say, "Oh, I'm super excited," but we're genuinely really excited. Sure. It's a very happy team, very talented team.
People seem to be digging it so far. But, okay. I know that you're about to do your talk. Improbably, we've already run over. One final question for you: is the Planet Coaster mascot supposed to be a bit creepy?
The Coaster King.
Yeah, as he laughs and charges towards your logo in the opening introduction. That freaks me out, man.
We always like to trash the logo whenever we can.
We
we're always a bit irreverent with it in a lot of the games we do. The Coaster King, if you like, to me, is the personification of the roller coaster. Now, if you show me any roller coaster which is a friendly experience.
Right, okay.
Right, you go through it, it's maniacal, it's fantastic, sometimes it's really smooth. It looks friendly, they look beautiful, but at its heart, it's there to terrify you. And there's an element within the Coaster King, which is kind of like that.
Right, I can't tell if he's smiling or like grinning.
I know.
Well, I'll put it another way. A few takes earlier, he was even scarier. We've actually toned him down a bit.
So audio, we did a lot of things with the audio to make him less like he sounds like he's going to run and kill people. But he's still there. He's still there.
He's a happy man underneath, though.
All right, okay.
Underneath, he's like any one of those kind of mascots who would who kids like, but at the same time they're terrifying.
Fair enough. It works. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time.
No, it's good.
And good luck with the tour.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you.
When it's all said and done, you can walk instead of run. 'Cause no matter what, you'll never be alone.
The whole game idea, it's a combat racer, and it is in the sort of same vein as a sort of Micro Machines thing with toy cars.
Yeah.
But it's from a much more Mario Kart kind of camera angle. It's not like the overhead kind of point of view, and so that's really where it's at. It's a combat racer with amazingly beautifully rendered cars in detail.